In the unforgiving world of mixed martial arts, one fighter's recent downfall has captured the attention of fans and critics alike. Colby Covington, once a prominent name in the welterweight division, now finds himself in the midst of controversy and decline after UFC 296.
Well, Colby puts a lot of volume on it. He comes at you like fast.
He'll wade in.
Yeah,
He'll take a shot to get
right
in.
Yeah, he wades right in, and he puts you in a dogfight. And when you're in a dogfight, he's more likely to get a takedown. You know, it's very smart. And also, he's pushing you at a he's letting you know right away from the beginning of the fight, I'm coming after you.
But at UFC 296, the tables turned. In a title bout against Leon Edwards,
No, I'm bringing you to 7th layer. Hell, we'll say what's up to your dad while we're there. Oh!
Covington's performance was not just underwhelming. It was, as some have called, an absolute debacle. Critics and fans watched as Edwards dominated the fight, leaving Covington with little to show for his efforts.
Waiting is never a good idea in this sport. This sport doesn't wait for anybody. You know, Leon looked good. Leon looked fast. Looked like he had trouble dealing with his speed. Leon absolutely destroyed that leg, too.
Before we explore the tumultuous descent, let's rewind to the origins of Colby Covington's notorious persona.
Oh, Dan, kick Colby out. He's such a meanie with his words.
Like, dude, he's a 45 featherweight, bro, and you want to come to 170 now and talk this big game? So
We'll trace how the character he concocted gradually took over, leading him to become the figure we see today. This journey isn't just about a fighter's rise and fall. It's about the transformation of a man consumed by the very image he created, blurring the lines between performance and reality, ambition and delusion. In the world of mixed martial arts, few figures polarize and electrify like Colby "Chaos" Covington. A blend of unwavering confidence, unparalleled work ethic, and an unorthodox approach to the fight game, Covington's journey from obscurity to UFC stardom is a tale of persistence, controversy, and undeniable skill. This is the story of a fighter who embraced the moniker of chaos and used it to climb to the zenith of one of the world's most challenging sports. Born in Clovis, California, Colby Covington's journey began far from the bright lights of the octagon. A high school wrestling standout, his relentless pursuit of excellence led him to Oregon State University, where he became an NCAA Division I wrestler. It was here, on the wrestling mats, that Covington's competitive fire burned brightest, setting the stage for his future in combat sports. Transitioning from amateur wrestling to professional mixed martial arts, Covington entered the sport with a singular focus: to dominate. Early victories on smaller circuits showcased not just his grappling prowess, but a growing proficiency in striking and fight IQ. Yet, it wasn't just his wins that were starting to get attention. It was his brash confidence and willingness to say what others wouldn't. Embracing the persona of chaos, Covington began to make waves in the UFC, not just for his relentless fighting style, but for his controversial and polarizing rhetoric. He crafted a persona that was part arrogant villain, part patriotic hero, a mix that drew ire and admiration in equal measure. Each fight became more than a bout. It was a spectacle, with Covington's pre-fight trash talk and post-fight call-outs becoming as anticipated as the matches themselves.
I mean, he made Marty Fake Newsman look like choir boy out there. The guy's just a fucking cheater. He's a piece of shit. And I didn't make much of the fight. Honestly, Marty looked like a show of him for himself. I don't know if it was the 2 fights that he had with me and the brutal beatings he had to take at my hands or whatnot, but it just looks like he's cashed out.
Covington's ascent was marked by a series of high-profile fights, each increasing in intensity and importance. His ability to sustain an unparalleled pace and pressure inside the cage. Despite his success, Covington's career faced a turning point. Rumors of his potential release from the UFC surfaced, citing his controversial persona and fighting style as issues. The pivotal moment came in São Paulo, Brazil, against Demian Maia. After securing a victory, Covington unleashed a vitriolic promo that reverberated through the MMA world. It was this moment that solidified his chaos persona and ensured his place in the UFC limelight. At the zenith of his career, Covington fought for the title twice against Kamaru Usman, his performances a blend of tactical genius and unyielding pressure. However, despite coming close, the championship eluded him, raising questions about his place at the pinnacle of the sport. He also fought Jorge Masvidal, who once was a close friend and training partner. The cracks in their friendship began to show as Covington's chaos persona grew more controversial.
Stephen A., this guy's all talk, no walk. He's like the Dallas Cowboys. He said to me like the Knicks are to you, Stephen, I'm gonna make you squeal. He's talking all this, Stephen, I'm gonna make him squeal. I don't want to knock him out. It's not gonna be lucky. I'm gonna hurt him so bad. You're not gonna be the same person after I'm done with you, George. I guarantee you're going into a coma.
It's okay to be scared, bro. I know you're scared. It's okay, big dog. I know you're scared.
Tonight is Street Judas's last supper. Tomorrow, I'm setting to the electric chair. I'm gonna flip the switch and fry his bum ass and electrify T-Mobile Arena like it's never been electrified before.
His relentless trash talk and brash behavior started to rub many the wrong way, including Masvidal. As Covington's public image became more divisive, the camaraderie that once defined their relationship started to fade, setting the stage for a full-blown animosity. As they both rose in prominence, Covington's controversial chaos persona and Masvidal's game-bred fighter image took center stage, leading to a clash of egos and interests. The fight was a strategic display of Covington's wrestling and pressure against Masvidal's striking and defense. Covington managed to control the majority of the fight with his grappling, taking Masvidal down several times and maintaining top position. Despite Masvidal's moments, particularly in striking, Covington's cardio and wrestling proved dominant over the 5 rounds. Although Colby Covington won, but the fight was not over, as Jorge Masvidal later on jumped on Colby.
A local MMA fighter now under criminal investigation after cops say he was caught on camera attacking another MMA star at a Miami Beach hotspot.
In a shocking turn outside Poppy Steak restaurant, Covington alleged a brutal attack by Masvidal, leading to serious physical and property damage. The aftermath saw Masvidal facing severe felony charges, a strict stay-away order, and the potential for a long prison sentence. As the legal battle unfolds, the controversy continues to ripple through the MMA community.
No, I mean, I really haven't thought about it at all. And I'm assuming Jorge's going to be in some trouble and you know, have to get that stuff figured out. But I haven't thought about it at all.
Marking a dark chapter in the careers of these once close allies turned bitter rivals with no consecutive losses but facing legal troubles, potential health issues, and a string of high-profile rivalries. Some speculate about Covington's longevity in the sport. Covington stands at a crossroads, with potential title fights still within reach, but the risk of legacy tarnishing losses looming. His pursuit of big fights and avoidance of rising contenders has sparked debates about his strategy and future in the UFC. Beyond the physical confrontations, Covington's psychological warfare has been a hallmark of his career. Yet, as he potentially faces the twilight of his career, will his mental game and infamous antics continue to secure him the fights he desires, or will it signal the end of an era? Covington's legacy is as divisive as his personality. Some see him as a nearly man, always close to glory, but never quite grasping it, while others view him as a tactical genius who played the game better than most. What will be the lasting impression of Chaos Covington? As we approach the potential end of Covington's career, the question remains: what is next for this polarizing figure? Will he retire on his terms, or will he continue to chase the elusive title that has defined his career? The story of Colby Covington is a testament to the unpredictable and often unforgiving world of MMA. As fans and fighters alike watch closely, Covington's next steps will either cement his legacy as one of the greats or serve as a cautionary tale of the sport's harsh realities. In the octagon of life, only time will tell the final chapter of Colby Chaos Covington. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the highs and lows of a fighter's life. The octagon awaits the next chapter, as the world watches on with bated breath.